Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I get a lot of questions about how the Mafia managed money, so today I'm going to make a video about it. Hope you enjoy it. The Mafia dealt with all kinds of businesses. I don't care what it is. Bakeries, restaurants, grocery stores, car washes. You name it, if we had the opportunity to, if you wanted to wash money, you would do it through a business. Wash money that you made a lot of cash. Now you don't know what to do with it. You can't put it in the bank. You can't do anything with it. It's just cash. So it's either bury it or buy things like gold or jewelry or stuff like that, bury that, or run it through a business. If you had a car wash that was making $10,000 a week and you wanted to wash money, you could say it's making $15,000 a week. Who's going to prove it? How would you know it? Yeah, you're not worried about the law because you're setting up a legitimate business. And they don't know that you're going to put money in there. They're always looking at what is he stealing, how is he stealing from something, not how he's paying extra taxes. The IRS don't give a shit about where he's getting his money. They're all they're interested in is making sure they're not cheated. And they're not cheated. They're making more money than they could even ask for. So it's not played with. It's not bothered with. If they knew exactly what was going on, they would follow it and they'd go after you and they would ask you. Your car wash, you make $10,000 a week, you have to do X amount of cars. We have a bug across the street, a camera. You don't do that many. You don't do 10,000 cars. You only did 3,000 cars. You're lying. They're not going after that. It's not that they're corrupt at all. They're just not. They're looking for heavy crimes that you're doing. Not some bullshit that you're overpaying or you're doing something like that. They want to know, where is he taking? Is he shaking down places? Is he inflating prices? Stuff like that. This isn't a crime that they normally look at unless they knew exactly what you were doing. And then they would work on methods on how you can get caught. But most times it doesn't even happen. I don't even know if they ever got on the trail. I mean, I got pitched for tax evasion, but most people, it wasn't for washing money. It was for stealing money. It wasn't for washing money. Washing money is fairly easy. Like I said, you know, you could do it in any business in the world. I mean, you just, like I said, you're overpaying. And if you don't know how to do it with a business, it doesn't take Einstein to do it. So, and if you did want to do that, you could buy gold and bury it, or rare diamonds and bury it. You got to get rid of the cash. You could bury the cash too, but cash could get screwed up when you're burying it. It's too much. You can buy different things, but there's all different ways to wash what they call wash your money. No, I think it happened with other people. I never paid attention or asked people, how are you burying your money and stuff like that. I would never discuss it with people. And it wasn't, I would either hide it or bury it in a business. I would pay more. You could even turn around and say, well, I was at the casinos and I won $10,000, $15,000. So you're paying taxes on it. You want to wash that money. It's dirty money. It's cash. So you want to wash it to get it in the bank. So if you're paying a little bit to the government in taxes, you're getting your money become legitimate money in the bank. And with legitimate money, you could buy businesses, you could do things, you could do a lot of things with legitimate money. You can't do a lot of things with cash. You can't go and buy a house. You can't buy a car with cash. Those are signs you're going to get in trouble. Where'd you get all this cash? So they want to wash it. There's a lot of guys who get pinched for tax evasion But it's usually they're not paying taxes. It's usually that they're not washing their money. They're usually taking. So that's what the crimes that they look for. See, shaking down this place. Why is he making money in this dress factory or this or that or the other thing? Or how is he making his money? Yeah. So they're looking at the crimes of you taking, not putting in. He had a chicken business. Paul Castellano had a chicken business that grossed, when he got arrested, it was in the paper, that was grossing $52 million a year. He was pretty wealthy. I'm sure there was a lot of guys wealthy. Now, I don't know if he was laundering money in there or not, but when you're making that kind of money legitimate, he could have threw money in there left and right. But I don't know if he did or he didn't do it. I have no idea. Neighborhood places, some of my might knew, Joe Blow or Sammy owns the Plaza Suite or Sammy owns this club or bar or something. Some people may know. Most people didn't know, especially if it was a good ongoing business like a restaurant. A lot of guys didn't go near it. They didn't want to bring it heat. And they wanted it to work on its own. So they didn't want it to be a mob place. They just wanted to be successful in what they did. And then the government is watching the place. People might see government people watching a place. They don't want to go there. It'll destroy the business. Why would they want to take that kind of heat? I think if it got too big, I think they wouldn't want 100 guys, mob guys hanging around. They don't want to make it known that this is a mob place. They're making legitimate money. They're going to protect it. I'll meet you somewhere else. They're not going to have guys there and hanging out and whatever. Well, it doesn't mean a boss is running it. It could be a captain. It could be a maid guy. It could be anybody with a half a brain who runs businesses. It doesn't have to be a boss. He'd have legitimate people up front. So he's not taking heat and pay the taxes and have an accountant, just like any other regular business. If he wants to make it known he owns the place, that's like a club or a bar. But normally they don't do that. They would want to back away and have legitimate people running it, hire them, and they're in the background. There's so many ways. You could put a sign, closed, on the door. People in the neighborhood know that mob guys hang out there. They know it's not open to them. They don't even want to be in there. Tally's wasn't open to the public. And the public, that it was open to some local drunks who hung around there every once in a while. We allowed them coming in, sitting on the side. It didn't interfere with us or anything like that. But it wasn't open to, it wasn't a normal, everyday bar. Would you go in there with your wife or your girlfriend? With 40 guys in there, standing there with no girls, very few, nothing, and all of them look like gangsters. What? Guys are standing outside, sitting like in, when you saw The Sopranos. They're obvious. And if it's a classy joint, you're not going to hang there. You own it. But you're not going to hang there. And if you go there and hang there, you may go in with a suit, sit at a table. You're not showing nothing. They use clubs all over the place. Private social clubs they had. And they would meet in their clubs, their social club. John Gotti, every guy had it. I had Tally's and Doc's Bar. And yeah, I would meet in those places. But it really wasn't open to the public. If I had a construction company, I didn't have meetings in my office, construction office. I meet you in Tally's. Nobody wants to do it. It's foolish. I had a construction business. I had an office. It wasn't a hangout. People who went there were either workers or an architect or this or that or a secretary. It was a regular business. I got a little attention. They watched because they knew it was my office and I was there. And then the only people who came in and out are working people and people who were working for me, foreman, this or that, and on occasion, mob guys. But I wouldn't make meets there all the time because that would all be recorded. I've been into construction most of my life, even as a kid growing up. So it was an easy fit for me. I had a drywall company and we had 200 employees working. Construction was good, it was enjoyable, and I was making good money. I was good with that. I think everybody's business, if you're hanging out by your business, that's another problem. They're gonna be there watching you. And all now they're watching your business and who comes and goes. So that's why you don't wanna do that. You wanna hang out in a club with 20 other mobsters. They can watch all day long. But do you really want them sitting outside watching your place, taking plates and doing this and that? And every mob guy knows that. Okay, guys, with that, hope you enjoyed this video. Be careful when you put money in and out of the banks because they're watching. I guess they're watching all of us. No, not really, but like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, adios.